Welcome back to Real Factor Live. I'm here on set and I'm talking to Mary and Dr. St. Rose about exercise and nutrition and some herbs. But of course you need to know a little bit more about them. So I'm going to start first with you, Dr. St. Rose. Tell us about you.
Well, I am a St. Lucian, born in St. Lucia, did my school in Ave Maria Primary School and went off to St. Joseph's Convent and proceeded to University of the West Indies in Jamaica, where I did my undergrad training in conventional medicine. Came back to St. Lucia, did the rounds at Victoria Hospital, district medical officer, private practice, and meeting patients and learning about the herbs that they have been using. And one of the things I realized was the recurrence of illnesses. So conventional medicine will be given drugs to allay symptoms, but you know, since symptoms are not dealt with, they resurface as disease. And talking of patients and doing my own research, I realized that herbs are the better way to go in terms of looking at the underlying cause of illness. So the underlying cause of illness will be addressed and you're better able to get rid of the problem or on your way towards a cure. And with that, I got involved with our Caribbean research group. It's called TRAMEL, Traditional Medicines of the Islands. So that's a research group that we started in 1982. During that time, very, very busy. In spite of my 2 children, I got involved in Organization of American States, Commonwealth Science Council, went to various meetings, met a very vibrant Laurent Jean-Pierre, who was interested in the herbs, and he and a Peace Corps volunteer, Verna Slane, very enthusiastic, and they developed the herbarium at Union. A lot of people don't know that we have a national herbarium. And
I didn't know that.
Yes, at the forestry unit at Union, we have a national herbarium, and in it we have over 300 medicinal plants, but many, many more of other St. Lucian plants. And it's thanks to the work of Laurent Jean-Pierre and Verna Slane, and of course the Ministry of Agriculture. So we have this national herbarium, not doing enough in terms of helping persons to know. But our Caribbean research group called TRAMEL, Traditional Medicines of the Islands, and now we have what's called an e-book, an electronic book, and it has all the research data on 99 of our commonly used herbs.
Where can we find that?
Well, we have it available. $50 will get you one.
And how can someone approach you to get one?
Yes, I have it as a link to my website, EdenHerbs.com.
Okay.
So one can get a copy. In it, you'll get a description of the plant, the pictures, the pharmacology, very important. You know, we did it through a process of validation. We actually did surveys going out into the various communities in the English, French, and Spanish countries in the Caribbean and asked persons what herbs they were using for particular illnesses. Then we took it to the laboratories, and the laboratories we use are out more in the Spanish countries. Cuba, Mexico, Puerto Rico, they have the labs to really look at the pharmacological activity, to really find out if what the folks were saying the herbs were good for is actually true. And of course, you know, that process called validation made us realize, yes, what the old folks were saying were correct. And the other thing we do as part of the process is what we call the toxicology, to make sure that the plants are not poisonous. So we have all this work, and we continue to meet every 2 years to look at more plants. So we'll be increasing the work that is for publication in this e-book.
I think that's absolutely amazing. You know, we think of these things happening more on the international scene, I think, than bringing it closer to home. We just assume sometimes that these things just happen, but it don't. Behind the scenes, you're doing all this.
It's a lot of work, and it's 30 years since, you know, we've, you know, been doing all this work. But you see, part of it is a lot of academic stuff. We sit and we meet and we get all this data, which is very good, but nothing, you know, tangible enough for the population. Although we have something called TRADEF, which means the information that we have got, we bring it back to the community to let them know, hey, you know, these surveys we did of you, the herbs that you are using, continue to use it because, you know, they are truly, you know, effective for that particular problem. But I took it a step further, and now in our modern world, everybody wants something easy to open a bottle or a capsule rather than go look for the herbs and wondering what amounts to put.
Yeah.
So this is how I formed my Eden Herbs company.
That's amazing.
Yes.
That's absolutely amazing.
Fantastic.
Thank you. And I know
Yes.
that you have some of the products to show us. So make sure, ladies, gentlemen, young people, you stay for that. Right. Mary, tell us about you.
Well, I was born in Dennery, St. Lucia. I left St. Lucia in 1964 to go to London. I did all my education in London. I worked as a PA for an oil company, but I'm also a fitness instructor where I've taken the exams in health and fitness. And now I've returned to St. Lucia, and a lot of the work I do is based. I no longer want to be in the office and do secretarial work and that, so I am now going using my qualification as a fitness instructor and going into the community of Millet 3 days a week. That's voluntary, and also I do 1 day a week in Grosley, where also that's on a voluntary basis. All monies that's raised, it goes towards single parent. That's a project in Grosley. Goes to a single parent and to help the children in the Grosley area community where I live.
What do you think of that, Doctor?
Excellent, excellent, because you know what Mary's doing is what we really need. And the folks as they age, you know, a lot of people are complaining, oh, it's the age, it's the age. Don't blame the age. It's what you're doing with the body.
Yes, definitely.
What you're doing with the body. So move the body.
Yes.
And we're not talking about any big aerobics and Zumba. You know, the movement. In fact, I do Tai Chi with Jimmy James.
Okay. Oh, how
Yes.
is he?
Oh, he's great.
Oh,
he turned
he's-
80, I think he'll happy to
wonderful.
say. Yes,
What a
yes,
man.
Yes, yes.
That
Yeah.
man is
Yes.
amazing. Something
Yes.
else. Hi, Jimmy.
Yeah.
So we do
He's
Tai
amazing.
Chi, and of course it's gentle movements, which really, you
Move
know,
the body. It
move the
actually
body
moves.
and also help with concentration.
Yeah.
You've
Yeah.
got to move that
Yeah,
body.
yeah. Well, the group I have in Grosley is we're back to basics. It's where people that haven't exercised for a long time, so we're just going back to basic and moving up. Because I've been with the girls in Millet, it's in Dorondo. Hi, girls. Dorondo. They've got their fitness level is so high now that they was nowhere compared to what the Tuesday class. But I'm hoping to get the Tuesday class to the level the girls are at.
Do you know,
Millet.
I think that sometimes people would not want to go out to exercise because they don't feel comfortable. They feel uncomfortable about their bodies. You know, especially if you're in a class of mixed body shapes. You know, so they may feel uncomfortable about their bodies, uncomfortable about the clothes, the type of clothes they would wear because they haven't got the latest designers and so on and so forth. What would you say to people who feel that way?
I can understand what you're talking about quite fully. Being teaching in a London and fitness clubs, you know, you got all the designer gear and so forth. But I say to people, when you go to a class, you know what you're there for. You're there to improve your health. And me personally, I never wear designer stuff in the gym. If my teacher could see me, I'll get told off because we were told to wear sort of skimpy things so you can, when you demonstrate the moves, they can see what you're doing. But because I'm aware of body shapes, I never go into any skimpy things. I always had my baggy top on because I'm with everybody else. I don't want to be any different than anyone. So I always wear my baggy top. And if I have to show a move, to instigate a move, I would take my T-shirt, tie it up, and I would show them my body alignment. Because you can't see a body alignment if you've got a baggy T-shirt. So I would tie my T-shirt, or I'd lift tight to one side and show them and give them teaching points, and you know. But I'm aware of what you're saying. I deliberately do not wear designer tops.
Yes.
It's not all about fashion.
What about shoes? The
Yeah,
things to
shoes
wear.
is very, very important. Your trainers that you train with in a studio, you should never be walking in the street with them.
Why?
Because when you have the pair of trainers, when you walk, if you train with the same trainers, when you're walking in the street, you're molded. Your feet is molded in a certain way. So your trainers that you train should be specifically for training. You could wear an old pair of trainers to go to the gym, but when you get to the gym, you wear do not wear your trainers that you train with to walk on the street with. Because
I would have thought you feel more comfortable because you're walking, you know, you're comfortable with it and you can go to train and you feel comfortable with it.
No.
Oh, okay. What about people who would say they're not going to train because they feel uncomfortable doing certain movements? Because certain movements, they're not very, you know, ladylike.
What I say is move. The way I move, you may not want to move. You know, you exercise should be free. Because I'm doing high impact, and you don't watch the person. Exercise should be enjoy. You should enjoy. It shouldn't be, oh, look at her, she's doing it better than me. No, you're not there for that. You're there to have fun. Exercise should be fun. It should be, you know, madness. You know, you should be. When I say you shouldn't take exercise seriously, you know, I'm an instructor. I'll tell people to go right, and I'll be going left. You know, sort of. You know, this is. You know, have fun.
Okay.
With it.
Well. On that note of having fun, we have Ashton's going to show you how to do some more exercises, so you can actually stand up and participate with him, or you can also visit the DBS website, because you will see that on the website shortly. That's dbstvstlucia.com. So stay with us. We'll be back soon.